Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, support the channel. Take a second out. You're watching it anyway. Support your boy. All I ask is click a like, share, subscribe if you haven't come aboard already. And again, I will hopefully continue to do my best on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to keep this update pretty short and sweet. I got to take my daughter to training. But here's the meat and potatoes, right? Here's the meat and potatoes. Big engulfing rally last Friday on the promising that there is a potential 2 rate cuts. Yesterday, an inside day. Today, the majority of the day was boring, lethargic, blah, 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 right? The fireworks came at the close, okay? NASDAQ closed up nearly 100 points, the Dow up 135 points. Here are the key metrics going into tomorrow. The QQQs need to get above 574. If we can get above 574, we will rally because this will be the fourth day range on this flag, reclaiming the 10-day moving average. The 10-day moving average is the birth of the trade, so it's super duper important. Write that down. QQQ, they need to confirm 574. If you look at the biggest potential of what is happening here, if you've been watching this journey, what's been going on with Tesla, Tesla now is the highest close in this whole formation, okay, and now is poised for the June highs. If you've been watching the videos, if you've been in the webinar trading Tesla with me ever since it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average, you know it's been a godsend, an absolute godsend of a trader. This is now 3 days in a row. This is the highest close in this whole formation. As I mentioned before, it confirmed the August highs. The call buyers continued to be pouring in nonstop. They went from the 350s that we talked about a couple of days ago, and now they're at the 355 weeklies, the 360 weeklies, the 365 weeklies. A size buyer came in for the September $400 calls, right? Just an absolute beautiful move. Is it possible we finally get that monster expansion on Tesla? We shall see. I would love to see it, right? We would absolutely love to see it. If you looked what happened in the last 10 minutes of the day, it went nuts. It went absolutely nuts. Took out the opening range highs, took out yesterday's highs, and in the after hours traded all the way up to 53.60s. The key area now for Tesla is the June highs, right? The June highs are 357.54. If we can get above the 357.54 area, we should see the May highs of 367.70s. Again, does that have to happen tomorrow? No. Does it have to happen the next day? No. But as long as we continue to put on higher highs and higher lows and keep on grinding to those areas, continuing to trap shorts into weakness, you're going to have the ability to get that move because the option market so far is playing out that way. So Tesla looks absolutely amazing. One stock that's not looking amazing at all has been Microsoft. Not sure what the hell is going on with it. This is now the third close in a row below the 50-day moving average. It's holding on. It's holding on to its dear life in the 50-day EMA. It reclaimed it back on the close, but if there is any type of weakness in the market, this is definitely one to watch to the downside. So let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow. There's some really good setups. Number one, all eyes tomorrow night on Nvidia, unless you trade $2 stocks and you have no idea what Nvidia is. But anybody who trades mega cap technology names, this is the last one to report, last major one to report earnings for the quarter. As you can see here, Nvidia has been kind of just grinding up day 2 now above the 10-day moving average. Obviously, I don't expect anything massive for tomorrow, just a lot of positioning. We did see some pretty big call buying coming in for the 185s, the 190s weeklies, and we saw some September $200 calls come in aggressively. Again, the key the key for me, at least for Nvidia, is are they going to give their China guidance? I don't know if they will. Some reports say they will. Some reports say they took that off. But it's going to be very curious to see if the price action leading up into earnings is going to be enough to propel them higher. Again, sometimes a lot of these names are baked into the price. And then sometimes, again, you get the initial knee-jerk reaction sell-off like we saw in a Tesla, like we saw in an Amazon, and then 2 weeks later, we're right back at a high or near high. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow on Nvidia. Correlating to that news, CRWV, and again, I have no position in this thing. I have zero interest in this thing at the levels. The stock looks like hot garbage. The only reason why I'm bringing it up, a buyer came in this morning for the weekly 100 calls, considering the stock's on $91, $92. They're betting basically, I just don't understand if they're betting Nvidia's numbers are going to be good. Why don't they just take a Nvidia shot at Nvidia? I don't get it at all. But they came in for the weekly 100s, and they came in for the January 110 calls for $837,000. Again, if this is a bet on Nvidia's earnings, why don't you just bet Nvidia? But again, we'll see what happens there. RUN, I traded RUN today. Nothing big, went up like 30 cents. It's been one we've been watching for a couple of days. One really big buyer came in, bought 5,000 of the November $19 calls. I think I've kind of washed my hands with this thing. Again, I don't trade these things anyway, but today I made an exception because I saw the call buyer come in. I bought it on a dip, pretty good dip. It ran up, didn't quite get to the highs. But again, it's just something because the market was very slow today. So that's that on there. Let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow. Then I really got to run. I just wanted to kind of share my thoughts going into tomorrow's session. So we talked about the Qs, right? We talked about the Qs, 574 on the Qs. Let me give you guys some ideas for tomorrow. I like Apple. Let's watch Apple for tomorrow. Big level on deck on Apple. As you can see on Apple, they are just sitting below the 5-day moving average. Okay, everybody see that, the green line? It keeps on getting rejected off the 10-day moving average. If Apple can reclaim the 10-day moving average, I think this thing wakes up. Avago, maybe it's a bet again on Nvidia's earnings, but there was a weekly buyer who came in for the 3/10. Something interesting, definitely want to watch. Avago, we just talked about Avago, excuse me. Apple, we just talked about Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix. Not a name I usually follow anymore, but now it's been sitting 2 days below the 50-day moving average. If you guys remember yesterday, a buyer came in for the weekly 1250s. It's one of those trades that, even though I don't trade Netflix anymore, I will make an exception next couple of days if it does reclaim back the 50-day moving average. It's one of those things that you click a mouse, close your eyes, leave the room for 5 minutes. Hopefully, you'll be 10 points higher just because the 50-day is so important. But again, I definitely want to keep an eye on that as well. And Uber, we talked about Uber for the last couple of days. It's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter for tomorrow. Let's see if it finally takes out the July highs. But obviously, the big story for tonight is Tesla. This is the highest close in this whole formation. If you've been watching along or trading along with me, this has been, again, awesome trader, especially for the last couple of days. Now let's see, right? It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but now let's see if we can finally, in the next couple of days, hopefully tomorrow, we'll get back above the June highs and ultimately start building into the May highs as well. So guys, I want to keep this nice and short. I'm just running a little bit behind schedule. Have a great night, everybody. God bless. If you're interested in pivots, folks, all it takes is 30 days. That's it. 30 days, and you will never look at the market exactly the same way again. Guys, God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. I will see you on the field tomorrow. Take care.